Hello everyone, this is question 11 now on paper 1 from 2022 for A-level Edexcel. And we've got, I think, like a factor theorem and graphs question really. So it says figure 4 shows the sketch of part of the curve C1 with the equation y is equal to 2x³ plus 10. And the curve, part of the curve C2 with the equation y is equal to 42x minus 15x squared minus 7. Verify that the curves intersect at a half. So initially I kind of started this question by putting the two equations equal to each other, and I was going to go about solving them, and I thought, wow, solving that cubic, it looks like a lot of work for 2 marks. So I thought surely there must be an easier way to do it. And actually, because of the way it just says the word verify, then I thought, well, why don't I just sub in x is a half into both equations and show that we get the same result when we do that. So that's what I did. So I put in a half, so that gives me y is equal to 2 times a half cubed add 10, which is going to be 2 times an eighth add 10, which is 2 over 8 add 10, which is a quarter add 10, which is 41 over 4. Then for the next one, the next equation, I did the same, subbed in a half, and I found out that I also got 41 over 4. So that's verified that they both intersect at the point where x is a half and y is 41 over 4. Now, next bit of the question. It says the curves intersect again at the point P. So it's presumably indicating that we've got this point here, P. Excuse me. Oh, actually, no, it's probably this one over here. So in fact, it doesn't really matter which one it is. So it says, using algebra, show that all the stages of your working find the exact x coordinate of P. Now, the fact that x is equal to a half is a solution to the equations when you put the two curves equal to each other. So basically, the fact that x equals a half is a solution to this. So if you put in x equals a half in there, you're going to get 0. So in other words, for this new equation that we formed, f of a half equals 0. Which means, in turn, that 2x minus 1 is a factor. Okay, because if f of a half equals 0, then you imagine that you've got a half x equals 0. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to basically say, x is equal to a half rather. So you're going to find out that you've got x is equal to a half. So you're going to times by 2 and then take away 1, giving you x minus 1 as a factor. So it's making a big deal out of how important it is that we should show all the stages and so on in this question. So I think we should really do that, especially as it's worth 5 marks. So first of all, we're going to do algebraic long division and divide it and see what we get as our quadratic remainder. Okay. So when I divide this, I'm going to look at this and say, what do I need to do to this to change it into this? The answer is times by x squared. So I write x squared up there and then I times this by x squared. Gives me 2x cubed minus x squared. I subtract these from each other. That take away that is nothing. And 15 minus 1 is going to be 16. So that next bit there is 16x squared. Then I drop down the minus 42. Put it next to it and repeat the process. I now look at my 2x and I say, what do I need to do to my 2x to change it into 16x squared? And the answer is that I need to multiply by 8x. So that gives me 16x squared minus 8x. Subtract those from each other. 16 take away 16 is nothing. Minus 42 minus 8 is the same as minus 42 add 8, so that's minus 34. Drop down the 17 and repeat the process for one last time. So I now look at my 2x and say, what do I need to do to change it into minus 34x? And the answer is times by minus 17. So I do that and then write it down underneath, okay? And then take those away from each other and there's no remainder. So that's good. So what that means is that when we divide the polynomial by 2x minus 1, we get this quadratic equation. So now we need to solve this quadratic equation. Okay, again, I'm going to, don't want to lose any method marked here. So I'm just going to, I could just put that in my calculator and write the answer down, but I don't think that would be the right thing to do because I think we would lose a method mark if we did that. So I'm going to put it again into the quadratic formula so that I make sure I get all of my working out marks, method marks. Okay, so I've got here 8 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 17, and minus 8 is my b over 2 times 1 because my my a is 1. Okay, you work all that out and you find out you get -4 plus or minus √33. Now we can see from the graph that the solution is positive. -4 minus √33 would be a solution that we can't see on the graph. It would actually be over here somewhere for a -1. So therefore it has to be the plus √33. So the solution is going to be -4 plus √33 as the solution for that one. And that's the end of that question. If you could if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, that would be great. That will help me to keep on producing videos that you're going to find hopefully really useful. Perfect. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.